Hello, and welcome to another episode. It is Sunday again, and it is now officially winter time, and I just realised I haven't changed my clock. But yeah, it's winter time, which meant that yesterday I put a fairy light chain on Carl, my little cherry tree that I have outside, and turned him. I bought it the other day and put it on yesterday and turned it on, and it just looks so cozy out in the darkness. So yeah, it is winter time. I am sweating though because I feel like I'm wearing a lot of clothes, and there's a reason for that. And it's not that I want to sweat for you. Um, Actually, I really don't want to sweat for you. It's because I finished some stuff, which shouldn't be a surprise because it's been 2 weeks. Um, this week has been, well, my mom had a great birthday, everyone survived, everyone's happy. It only took 3 naps for her to get through the day, so everything's fine. And my dad and I spent the Saturday just relaxing, and I came back on the Sunday. And my plan was to record Monday, and then I opened my work calendar, and suddenly I had a bajillion meetings booked in all week. The only day I didn't have any meetings was Friday. Um, and sadly, most of those meetings weren't let's just sit here and knit meetings. Most of them were meetings where I had to be engaged, and the brain just wasn't having any of it. So it's been 2 weeks. I haven't done any sewing this week, but I have sewing to show you because I did some marathon sewing last week. So you get a lot this week. Not a lot of different things, I don't think, compared to what you've already seen, but let's just dive right into it. And the first thing is that I finished my tsunago. This is knit out of the yellow is Gull New Zealand lamb's wool dyed with heather. I think it's on a light grey base, and the what looks white but is actually a very pale ice blue is a super soft of some kind bought ages ago, so it's comparable to the Black Hill Highlands wool from Garden Style, or the Holst Garn, their regular wool fingering, if they even do that anymore. So yeah, and I think I talked to you about maybe slightly felting it. There was a good chance that the yarn would bloom, and I was already feeling that it was maybe had a bit too much ease in it. And by lightly felting, what I actually mean is, instead of washing it on a wool wash setting on my machine, on a machine at our laundrette, I put it in with my regular clothes, so the temperature is the same because I wash both my wool wash and my regular clothes on 30 degrees Celsius. But on the regular setting, there's more agitation, and I actually think it worked out really well. It's still a relaxed fit. It still fits me. I did the well, you've seen this. The only thing I was missing was the sleeves, and what I did was just knit. Well, I knit further than this, but it shrunk a bit. Knit down past my elbow. I did some decreases and then knit the ribbing for what was 5 centimeters, but it's like 3 centimeters now. Yeah, it's still roomy in the back. I don't intend to wear a dress under it, but you know, showing off purposes. So yeah, this is my Sonago, and the pattern has been released. It's TSUNAGU. There's also a male version. I have no idea what the difference is because looking at it, it looks the same. There's no shaping in this. And shaping would probably have worked better, or I should have done what I always think I should do, but then second guess, which is move the stitches around so that 60% is in the front, 40% in the back, because that's about where my back to front ratio is. Boobs. What can you do? I didn't do it on this, and I'm notorious for thinking that I should do it, but then not doing it because I'm like, it'll shift things around. It won't really, it's a round yoke. There's no distinctive front and back other than you have short rows in the back. They'll still be there if I shift stitches around. So yeah, this is a good reminder to actually do that. Also, it would have shifted the positive ease around a bit, giving me a bit more on the front. Yeah, I like the way it looks now. The sleeves could be longer. The body has a good length, which probably means it was too long before. But yeah, I quite like it. And I'm just going to keep it on for now. I will take it off later to show you what I'm wearing underneath, because we are also going to talk about my big plans to bring home my my other knitting project, which is living in this bag. And for once, it's not just living in this bag because I'm going to show you, but because it actually went somewhere. So the yarn I'm using is Lana Gatto Eiffel, which is a blend. It doesn't say here what the blend is. There we go. It is a blend of bamboo viscose, merino wool, yak and nylon. Very soft, very squishy. And this colorway is something 346. And I bought this at Smucksack, the yarn shop here in town, which is also online. Or I should say the online shop that is also here in town, because that's the way around it actually works. And they were discontinuing this. I don't know if the brand, or rather the base, is being discontinued by the manufacturer. Just that the shop isn't going to have it anymore, I think. And what I'm knitting out of this is the Rosa Parks by Cassie Knits, something like that. And I forgot to put a marker in, but I think it was around here-ish last time, and as you can, if I can hold it up, you can see that I've split for the sleeves and body, and I've done exactly 2 repeats on the body, and I have a lot of hair just sticking to it. And this is my second skein, and as you can see, it's unraveling quite a bit. So yeah, it's a nice, easy to do pattern. Again, I have split this equally front back, but on this occasion I think this will actually work to my advantage rather than having a lot of extra fabric, because this is a much tighter fit. Because I am not aiming for positive ease on this one. I have a whale out over here, so let's put in a marker. I try not to pinch any fingers while doing so. Let's see, that's a yarn over, so those two won't shift. There we go. I'll just put that there. So the little whale can tell us where I was. I need, I think, 6 more repeats before I do the ribbing. It is a slightly cropped top, but the crop can be accentuated by pushing the ribbing up and having it fold over the ribbing. That is at least the look in the pattern. So yeah, I think it'll be really nice. Actually, I was questioning whether it would be too open to wear without something underneath, and I don't think it will. So it could be just something very easy to just throw on over with a skirt or something, or I can put it over a dress, or yeah, do whatever. Again, I'm not thinking long sleeves. I have a skein here and I have an extra skein as well, so I could probably do long sleeves, but I'm thinking more 3/4 length, like this ish, because a lot of my stuff is like that. But yeah, we'll see next week how this continues to progress, and hopefully I won't have too many meetings, because brain power. Now, I cast something off, so I cast something on, and this is both using up some leftovers, but I will need to purchase more. I'm pretty sure I will. I just need to figure out how much more. It is also a pretty recent pattern, and right now I am realizing that I don't have it to show you because my phone is charging over there. It's called Criterion. It's by Wool and Pine, which is the partnership between Abby E. Knits, who did, I don't remember her patterns. They did the Sorel, which has that really nice stitch going up in lines, which I am tempted to make out of some yarn that I may have ordered, which is coming from England, so it isn't here yet, but it is on its way. And I've done some, is it the party top? I've done some cropped, maybe 2 cropped tops of hers to wear over dresses. Yeah. Anyway, the leftovers I'm using are from my Rauma Genser, the 246 not slash dash 2, I think. And I'm using Fynul in the pink and the green. The green is the dark green, which is number 0432, and the pink is the 4087. Now, I did this all over lace. Lace? Colour work. Words! They have meanings. And I have this skein and a bit, maybe a third of skein. And I have this and 2 other skeins of green, which isn't enough, but I think this might be enough. Because this isn't going to be all over colour work. I have only done parts of the yoke. I'm all tangled up now, and I'm making it worse. This is what I have so far. There are some short rows here in the back, and yes, there is a slight shift in the back, which I could have fixed. I don't care enough to do it. And it is stranded colour work, as you can tell by the strands on the inside. It'll go quite a bit down, and I know this looks small, but that's because we're not really that far along. How ridiculous am I looking with all of these on? I know. It looks really small, but as I said, we're really in the beginning, and we'll get there. I've only done the second increase in the pattern. Yeah, second. So we'll have further increases. It'll build more. It'll be fine. I am knitting these on 3mm needles. The suggested needle size is much larger, but let's look, we'll have it. I have already knit a colour work piece with these, so I know that I will get the right gauge on the 3mm needles. Now, I didn't start it that long ago, a couple of days only, and it's not really, let's ignore everything and watch some TV and do some knitting. It's more concentrating knitting, and yeah. I had this urge to do all over colour work and all over lace and all over everything, but I saw this and the pattern is in these colours as well, so I was like, this was meant to be. And the cover model has this really gorgeous red hair, and it's a large model, it's a plus size model. I could just see myself in it, except for the pink trousers. But yeah, excited about that, especially with all the stocking that I have to do with this. It's nice to have something to engage the brain with, because the Rosa Parks, yes, there is a bit of lace, the rest is just stockinette, so you don't have to have that long an attention span for that. This you do. And I decided to put in markers for every repeat. I didn't have to do that. I just felt that in the current climate, with how my brain is currently fried, it would help. It does help. It also helps me to know that there are 16 repeats around, so if I've done 4, I'm a quarter of the way. Instead of sitting there, still have half a round to go. This is mostly me talking to myself about, should I start my dinner now? Should I wait? Going back and forth. I have these discussions a lot. But yeah. And both, if you notice these bags, both of them are from the Blue Rabbit House, which is a shop on Etsy. She also sells through other shops. I know that there's at least one shop here in Denmark that sells them. The price is the same, so take your pick. This is Boris the Bear, and I have this beluga whale as well. She has rabbits, she has things. She has things. Okay, I'm just going to take my glasses off because we have talked knitting, and I do have some plans for future knitting that are brewing. And when I say plans, I have some I have two patterns in mind, and I have yarn for both of them. Oh, here's the inside. I didn't catch my floats. I would normally, but I decided to follow the pattern. It also helps that both yarns are pretty rustic, so they will grab onto each other. And I'm pretty even with my floats, as you can probably see. So I didn't worry about it with this. And I don't know if I would worry about it with something else. There's a good chance that is Charlotte, so hi Charlotte. I asked her a question, so I know that's probably her replying to it. That, and the only other person who frequently messages me on Instagram, that was an Instagram notification. I don't have a notification sound for, so it's probably Charlotte. So hi. Sewing. So I last time showed you the two tops that I made my mom, and I was also going to make a Georgie dress by Sew Over It, which is a jersey dress. It's a jersey fake wrap dress, and I know I love my wrap and faux wrap dresses and shirts. What can I say? I play favorites all the time. I made a Georgie before, and I haven't really worn it a lot because then summer arrived and it was too hot. But it's a really nice thing because you have a fully lined bodice. The skirt is not lined, but yeah. This is my Georgie dress. My second Georgie dress, I should say, because I am also going to make a third one. I haven't felt like sewing this week, so my third one is still in fabric and right over there looking at me. But yeah, it has the faux wrap, which is accentuated by these little gathers on the side, and this is the version A, which is a A-line skirt. And I must say, my first version was the gathered skirt, which is more straight up and down. This one goes out a bit, it hangs really nice, it makes you want to twirl. Because as you can see, it falls really nicely. It's a 3/4 circle skirt, and you might have noticed me sticking my hands, not very deep, but into some pockets. The pattern doesn't come with pockets, so I drafted some pockets for this. They need to be deeper for the next. I have to fold my hands to get them all the way down, because it is a has a pocket back and isn't an inseam. You can stand things up in it, but I would prefer it a slightly deeper. So I'll do that on my next one, because my next one will be an exact copy of this. I took out some length in the arms. I could have done more, but other than that, I think I did it as per pattern. It's just, you have the back, and yeah. The only thing I will say is that it tells you to put this clear elastic in your neckline, and I did that, but I think, and it's to prevent bagging, but I think it actually caused bagging more stretching to happen. So I think I'll actually go without that next time. Also because it's high enough on my bust. My breastbone isn't until down here, which is very clearly covered, so there's no risk of breaking out. I know. There's no risk of breaking out, so yeah. I got this fabric from Meter, and I think they still have more of it. It is, I think, an art gallery fabric. I'm not 100% sure. And I really like that these couple bits here actually have a slight sparkle to them. Don't think the camera picks it up, but yeah, it's a really nice pattern. I don't mind that it actually cuts it in place, because I'm not that precious about doing pattern matching like that. It is a bit like wearing a pajamas, only you look a lot more fancy than I do in my not even proper pajamas. Yeah. So I did say marathon sewing because I wanted to get this finished for my mum's birthday so I could wear it, but I also wanted to sew this. And yes, you're going to see that I don't care about finishing seam allowances in jersey because they don't fray, so they're just raw. I made a grain line linden shirt out of this, and I did stretch out the collar band, partially because I think it's too small. But yeah, it's just a very simple tee, and it has these nerdy little, seals with the nerdy little seals. I didn't center it completely, but it does look sort of centered. And it is definitely not centered on the back, but I did use the white seals as guides for cutting, because these are literally a front piece on the fold, a back piece on the fold, 2 sleeves and a collar band. And yeah, I chose to cut the collar band so that there would be sideways seals peeking out. And it's just by chance that the center one is a white seal. I made this longer by 5-10 centimeters, and I think I probably added 10 centimeters as well to the sleeves, because from what I remember it's very short sleeved. It's basically a very short sleeved short t-shirt. But how could you resist all of this sealy goodness? So yeah. And that is really everything for these past 2 weeks. As I said, I do have the fabric for another of these, and that is my plan for this week, to at least get it cut. First I need to iron it because I just rolled it up, and yeah. But to at least get it cut, maybe so, parts of it. And it's going to be a sparkly mess of a glorious mess. Yeah. Because under the lights over there, it really, really sparkles. Well, not sparkles, but really, phew, it's in your face. I don't know, would I wear it every day to work? I mean, I don't get to test that this year, but but yeah, I think I probably would. Some people might think it'll be too party-ish, but I think I would. Maybe with the Rosa Parks on top as well, just to tone down the top at least. But yeah. Anyway, that is all for me this week. I won't say you, but I'll see you next week. Bye.